people when it comes to our ancient foremothers and forefathers, which is why we're in the conditions that we're in. Because we don't have respect for the ones that came before us. Majority of these individuals today that we just pick random people in there and ask them about certain people in history and they don't know, that's bad on them. That's not European did something or whatever like that. That's, you need to go and study your ancient culture and stop thinking that our culture means put on something. Our culture means mindset before it means put on something, right? In the old days, hair was sacred, the purest manifestation of our energetic being. Might there be a reason why spiritual gurus, the Native Americans, so-called black people, or even witches have always had long hair? Each part of our body is a highly multidimensional aspect of existence, as nothing was created randomly. Every part of our body has a specific function, right? And the part of the body that we're relating to today is hair. And the specific function is that our hair is antennas. And it connects us to something greater than ourselves that we need to be connected to if we're going to have any type of impact in the world in our engagements with other people. The second picture is just to show that we were also natives over here. So when they classify you as black, immediately stop them and let them know you're indigenous. Because trust me, they know. The problem is that we didn't know. And the reason why we didn't know is because we've had so many leaders that knew and they started pushing this thing that we're black people. And now the world has accepted that as our position. When everybody that's in here, if they look at this as black and if they put their skin next to this, they're going to clearly see that they're not black people. And to continue putting a spell on ourselves by saying that we're black is continually disconnecting us from our ancestors, from the spiritual realm, from the ancestral realm, from the Akashic records, from anything having to do with spirituality. We cut ourselves short from it because we're classifying ourselves as something that we're not. So if we're saying that we're humans, but we're classing ourselves as adjectives, then human things are not going to apply to us. If we're saying that we are spiritual beings, but we're not doing anything spiritual, then don't think that spirituality is going to assist you in any type of way. Because there has to be a commitment to recognizing that we are divine beings having a physical experience. And everything that we do in the physical is for us to get to a higher level spiritually. If you're doing things physically and you're not raising your vibration or your life is not changing, you're probably doing something wrong. And I guarantee you that it's going to start with how are we classifying ourselves? How are we identifying ourselves? Because how you identify yourself is going to determine how people look at you. If you heard of Tesla cars was founded by this individual, Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla used coils to conduct innovative experiments, electrical lighting, photo, whatever, X-ray stuff, transmission of electrical energy, all that. Point is that he was using coils, just like your hair is coils. And that's why when they have a dynamite stick and they have a wick, the wick is always straight. Because if they coil the wick, when they light it, it'll blow up before the guy could run away. Because coils transfer energy. So him creating this magnifying transmitter using a coil is an example of the natural power of coils. Coils are our hair though. So he's not going to say that he studied ancient quote-unquote Egyptian culture to find out about the power of the coil. They're not going to present it that way. Because if they present it that way, then clearly they're giving you your power back, which the whole point is to take your power away. And to have people thinking that the coil needs to be straightened, and then that's when it's cool, when the coil's straight. And then not only are they in India, a rishi is known as a wise one who coils his or her hair up on the crown of the head during the day to energize the brain cells, then combs it down at night. Now we already know about this culture when we look at mostly females, when it's time, when mom's gonna sit you down or whatever and comb your hair out. And then you got the, you gotta get the plastic, whatever, because certain combs are gonna bend and stuff like that because the nappiness and all that. The more naps, the more energy that you have, the more that you can reach out there and grab whatever's out there for you to bring back to the earth plane, right? We're talking about ancient culture. Ancient culture. We're talking about thousands, millions of years ago culture that has been lost because we look at in India and then our people say, well, he has straight hair, you know what I mean? He has nothing to do with our culture because they don't look like us. Well, when they take that hair that they got and then they put it on the top of their hair and then they wrap it around and then put their turban on it. You've seen some guys out here today walking around with turbans and stuff like that. Why are they doing that? Oh, because it's daytime. So in the daytime, you coil your hair on the top of the head to energize the brain cells, right? The brother has it right there, right? And at night, let the hair down so you can comb out all the energies. A rishi knot energizes your magnetic field, aura. So now we're talking about our physical body having an energy field. Everybody's familiar with aura in here, right? So the physical body has an energy field, and in order for you to activate your pineal, which results in secretion and raising your intellectual to a higher vibration, it starts with doing some of these practices to get the energy flowing from the sun through the coils into your body. And believe me that when you start doing this thing of, even if you got straight hair, wrap the hair on the top, on the crown of your head, which is where your spiritual energy emits from, the soft spot on the top of your head. Wrap the hair, put the hair up there, and go outside in the sun for an hour. And tell me if, when you come back inside, you're not amplified. And then try it with your hair down. Go outside and stand in the sun for an hour, and then come back in and see if there's a difference. And guarantee you're gonna realize that there's a difference. And you're gonna realize that there's things that you can be doing, mundane things, so that you're not tired all the time, so that you're not stressed out about stuff, so that when situations happen, the universe is going to send you the answer before you even start trying to figure out how am I going to get out of this. The universe is going to give you an answer. But again, you have to be vibrating on the vibration of a natural person. Because an artificial person, like, we can't give that table energy. We can't give that table life. We can take one individual, sit them in this chair right here, and all of us take our energy and focus on that individual. And then that individual could leave here with the energy and do something with their life. Guaranteed. Seen it happen. We do it. We could focus our energy on that chair, and that chair is just going to stay there. Because there's nothing in that. Just like in artificial people, there's nothing. And it's a lot to, we can say, digest. It's a lot to digest, but we have to go into these places, which is us putting our hand in the grave and pulling people up, opposed to us going in the grave to meet them, try to convince them in the grave that, you know, you gotta wake up or whatever. Brother and then sister.
Okay. So you mentioned energy with inanimate objects. What about stones though? Like jewelry and amethyst, all types of
Right.
different stones.
Right.
Can you focus energy in those stones?
Yeah, because those things are actually minerals. Those things are actual things that come from Mother Nature, right? So again, stone wrapped with the coil, with copper, so that the energy, the auric field, the magnetism can't be intruded by forces, knowing that, you know, this is, people are waking up, whatever like that, certain people have influence, and, you know, and certain people who don't do certain things, you know, you're gonna get your hand on my pocket and stuff like that, kill these people. Or guys standing on a balcony, kill them because they didn't recognize really what the power was behind the purpose that they had. They just figured they had a purpose. Purpose, wake up our people. Well, if you have a job of waking up your people, then clearly you need protection from somebody, because you're a threat if you're trying to wake up people to the fact that all you gotta do is put your hair on and stuff and you not be stressed out ever again. That's it. All you gotta do is wear a stone and that'll protect you for real, that we can even, with charging these, you might, because of their direct connection to earth, you might not even have to put energy towards it. You just take all the stones, put them in water on a full moon, put them on the windowsill. That'll charge them up. More than you could even do. Because now you have the moon as a magnifier of the sun's energy. And then the moon putting the energy from the sun into the stone. And then you have it in water because you know that the energy of the moon controls all the water on the planet. Every hurricane, tornado, tidal wave, or whatever like that is because of the moon. Right? So these are the powers of the energies that we're talking about that are all around us that we don't utilize. That's why if you check, if anybody works in elevated buildings, you realize that over the past 2-3 years, they're saying pay for hydro, but everybody has solar stuff on the roof, which means they're getting free energy. So if they're getting free energy, they're getting paid twice. Because everybody's stuff should be free. Nobody should be paying hydro if the building has solar panels on them. Why are people paying for hydro? Because they're artificial people or they're corporations. And they don't know that they're corporations. They think that, you know, this bill that I got from them is sent to me, a human being. No, just go check. It's going to be written in all capital letters, which means that that's not you. Just go check. Rogers bill, Bell bill, whatever. Capital One, Visa, MasterCard, whatever like that, driver's license. You look at it, it's going to be in all capital letters, which means you're an artificial person. You're not real. And if you're not real, or if you're a corporation, then you can get taxed. Then you have to pay certain stuff. Then you could, you know, walk on the street, have your hands up and all that stuff, still get shot. Even when your hands are up. You're not even a threat to anybody. They're still shooting people. Clearly something's wrong here. And it's not the person that's doing the shooting. Because again, we don't see anybody out there calling yellow people and they get yellow rights and stuff like that. And you know, the yellow community is yellow lives matter and stuff like that. They don't talk like that. That's asinine talking. Right? But our people who sold us out, they're not going to tell us. And then the world, they're not going to